Game 5.
Tomorrow night.
Game 5 tomorrow night, yes.
2-2 series.
2-2 series.
You are a Golden State Warriors fan?
I am a Golden State Warriors fan.
So for you, how has it been so far watching it?
Man, honestly, I've been hating watching Golden State Warriors just because, like...
Anxiety?
It's just, I hate watching the first 2 quarters because you never really... The thing about this series is, like, you really don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because, like, like, the first 2 quarters, like, Warriors can be doing complete trash and then start showing up in third and fourth. Because they always do. Third, they always, like, decide to be like, okay, let's just...
The third quarter is their quarter always.
That's just Warriors' quarter.
Yeah.
Literally. Cemented. You know, they would know. I mean...
Boston's cold.
Boston's insane.
They're really good. Yeah.
Like, I underrated the hell out of the East, period. You know what I mean?
They bring a different brand
of
basketball.
They do.
It's physical.
It's physical. It's like...
That's how they won Game 3. They literally just out-rebounded y'all, outscored you in the paint. It was like... I think the rebounds in Game 3 was like 47-31 Boston. Yeah. And the interior points, the points in the paint was 52-26 Boston.
There were so many second chances like that we definitely could have just boxed out. Like Steve Kerr was saying, like the last game that we just need to box out more.
The fourth quarter has been so crucial.
So crucial, always.
It seems like in Game 3, it was a close game. It was like even stats, 3-point shooting, regular field goal percentage, turnovers. It was all even across the board. Like there was no distinct difference in those main stat lines between the two teams.
Yeah.
But when it came down to the last 6 minutes of the fourth in Game 3, you guys went cold and they got hot.
Yeah.
And then they won. And then Game 4, down the stretch in the fourth quarter.
That was just Steph, though. Game 4 was
last
just
5 minutes. You know they were up 94-90 with 5 minutes left. And then y'all ended the game on a 17-3 run. And Steph scored 10 of those points.
Insane.
Yeah.
Steph's crazy.
That was the clutchest Steph's ever played in his whole life.
Yeah. Looked like Goat James.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
In Game 4, was crucial for his legacy. Yeah. That was like 43 points, 10 rebounds too, 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
And Wiggins was 16
rebounds.
Was
insane. I was like 16 rebounds.
That was crazy.
This man's a small forward, but like he plays sort of like a shooting guard type of deal.
Yeah.
And like I didn't believe that I didn't believe that stat, but like at the same time he does get up. You know what I mean?
He does.
Has ups.
He's got the athleticism.
He does have the athleticism.
He's one of the one guys on y'all's team that can match Boston's like
intensity. Ups and intensities because like he didn't lock down Luka, but he gave him a hard time.
Yeah. So he's a good defender.
A great defender.
Yeah, I mean, he found himself in Golden State as 100%. Far as what he's good at and like focus on those things instead of trying to be LeBron or someone.
Exactly,
because that's how he was brought up to be. It was like to be the best player. Period.
Yeah, like a scorer and stuff like that. Yeah.
But he's going to give you his 15, 16 points, and then like if he can give you great defense and rebounds, that's all you need.
What do you need? Yeah, that's a solid ass player. Like I'll take that. I'll put that on any team. You know what I mean? He's going to show up.
Because Steph has been like, hasn't he put up like 30 plus each game or something like that? Yeah, I think he put up 29 one game, and then besides that, I think it's like 31, 34.
Yeah, he's definitely averaging 30 or like around 30 around that time.
Yeah. It's by far, through the first 4 games, it's by far Steph Curry's best finals.
100%.
Individually, wise. Because
he's
shooting great, too. Yeah. He's not missing a lot of shots. In fact, the games the Warriors lost, it just seemed like no one was helping him.
Yeah.
At all. Because Clay did have 25 in Game 3, didn't he? When they lost, they lost Game 3 in Boston. Clay put up 25, but Clay's numbers have seemed somewhat empty.
Yeah.
Because he's not shooting well.
Yeah. 100%.
He's missing a lot, too.
Yeah.
That's the problem. But I did see in Game 4, so I think Clay might have a big Game 5, because in Game 4, I saw where 3 of the 5 shots that Clay hit in the second half were to tie or take the lead. Which is like pretty clutch. He was being clutch, nonetheless.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll spark him to go off at home in Game 5.
I mean, I hope so, bro. Because, everyone criticizes Clay because, his ACL and his Achilles, that's horrible to come back from. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people come back from that type of stuff and still be the exact same person. I think the worst thing that came out of that is just Clay's defense just went down.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think he knows how to play as well as defense, and I think it's because of that injury. I'll fuck with Clay. Clay's my guy.
For sure. I think he's gonna have a big Game 5. But
I don't think so. I think he's gonna have a big game 6.
Like, it's more like 2019, but actually the Warriors are like healthier.
Yeah, healthier, and we don't have KD. That's the only thing.
Well, but he basically wasn't there.
Yeah,
because he was hurt like that whole time until he came in that one game and then got hurt again.
Yeah, and got hurt again. Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
That was his going out party.
It was, but I mean, I appreciated him. I didn't really mind him. It's just I didn't really like the decision that he made as a basketball, like.
For sure, it kind of like
nobody
reflects
did. I don't think anybody did.
On his like personal like self.
Yeah,
as like his personal character is kind of shit.
I think history is just gonna determine like he's won 3 or 2 ships.
But isn't it crazy how that was like Clay? He got hurt in that series, and then now he's back this year, and you're back in the finals. It was like his first time back since then.
Yeah, crazy. Back in the finals.
Yeah, it's just back Clay like get you there. From. Game 6, Clay. Oh yeah.
I hope
Game
so.
6
That's
Clay.
what in the Garden.
In the Garden.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, dude, their fans are wild.
They are.
I feel like they almost like intimidate their own team.
Yeah, because they're like.
Because they're young. I feel like they feel like the pressure or something because like all the Boston fans expect to win championships. Yeah, because
they have like how much
because they have Brady and then they have the Celtics of the old time.
And they have Boston, they
got the Bruins, the Red Sox. They all win championships.
Red Sox, yeah, that's right.
They were like championship town for a while, but they haven't had one in a while.
When's the last time they did something like?
Well, the last time Boston Celtics did was 2009. Last time they went was 2010. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
They beat the Lakers in 2008. Mm-hmm. And then Lakers got them in 2010.
That's right. And then Lakers trying to go for a 3-peat.
That was Kobe's last one.
It was, yeah. It was.
And then Dirk got his.
Dirk got his right after that, yeah.
Yeah, that's how it went down.
Yeah.
So, like, it's been a long time, and I feel like the atmosphere of the Boston Garden is almost even too much for the home team. Mm-hmm. Sometimes, it seems like it's a lot, like, pressure.
It's just funny because, like...
Dude, they scored 3 points in the last 5 minutes.
That is crazy. Well, I mean, they did go... I always think about it like this, like, they went to 3 Game 7s.
Yeah.
Or 2 Game 7s against, the past 2 teams. And now it might go to another Game 7.
They're resilient.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they have so much energy to, like, just... to even keep up with us in the first place. And I think Jayson Tatum and Marcus Smart is, like, the ones that really scare me the most. Because I know they can show up. They show up.
But Jaylen Brown's there.
No, I know he's there.
He's there. Jaylen Brown's putting in his buckets. They were giving him the MVP chance in Game 4.
Yeah, I mean, he's
like low-key the guy that is in the 4th.
Yeah.
I feel like I see him as their best fourth quarter performer.
For me, I think it's them and then Marcus Smart.
And then you don't know what you're going to get from Horford. Horford could just blow up.
Insane.
He could suck.
Game 1, he fucked us up. For sure. The whole team, they weren't missing anything. That's when I was, like, nervous. I was like, fuck.
Dude, yeah. Their starting 5 is, like, really nice. Like, Robert Williams has finally come alive the last 2 games. He's played really well. He had 4 blocks in Game 3, 2 in Game 4.
Yeah, he did.
And even though he doesn't score a lot, he's getting those rebounds.
Yeah, the Williams. Yeah, I forgot the Williams, yeah.
And he's from Gig'em. He's A&M guy.
He's an A&M guy.
From College Station. And then Derek White comes in off the bench and he balls.
Yeah.
Like, on both sides of the ball, he's, like, playing 110% always. I'm surprised, dude.
I'm very surprised.
When I see Derek White just spraying threes.
Yeah, Derek White. That's who. Yeah,
I'm like, who is this dude?
They just have
this fucking hairline and shit, looking ugly as hell, just wetting threes, looking like Yafet.
Yeah, he does.
looking like Trae Young out there.
Trae Young, yeah,
but just hitting them.
Man, Derek White, he scares me for sure. I just hate. It's just the whole team can really just turn up at any time.
They can. Yeah.
Anybody can from you expect 30 from from whoever, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like,
it's so back and forth.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Like, Jayson Tatum will drop 30,
Dude, I was looking at the stats of all these games, and it's crazy because the teams are, like, neck and neck, but then it's always, like, one team has a great fourth quarter, and the other team has a terrible fourth quarter.
That's how it always is, though, right? Like,
yeah. But it's not, like, coming down right to the wire, but it's coming down to, like, when it gets to, like, the 6 or 5 minute mark, someone just drops off.
Yeah, someone fucks up.
Marcus Smart starts bricking. Because Marcus Smart, at the end of the game, I think shoots too much.
You think so?
Because that's not his job. You know what I mean? Give it to Tatum. Give it to Jaylen.
Jaylen Brown, yeah.
Marcus Smart's a stud, don't get me wrong, but why did he... I saw, like, one possession where he shot, like, 3 threes and bricked all of them in, like, the last 5 minutes of the last game. And it was just like... Why are you the guy that's throwing up all these threes? Miss 2, and then at least the third one try to pass it off.
Yeah, try to dish out.
because it seems like at the end of the game he's trying to force it. Like he wants to be the man at the end, you know. And they're shooting with y'all. That's amazing. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. I was like, there's no way they're making more than 100 on this.
Yeah.
But like, they're making shots.
Yeah.
They're not missing, and I'm like, fuck.
But when y'all's defense shows up, y'all are a different team.
Yeah.
Like game 2, y'all dominated that game. They only scored like 88.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all were on them. The defense was there, but then they adjusted. Game 3 came around, and all they did was just attack.
Yeah, they were attacking. Putting us in foul
Tatum
trouble.
to me is better when he goes to the rim.
You think so?
I mean, he's got the shot, obviously, but like I feel like sometimes, like which I saw in game 3, put his head down and just go at the rim. You know, Jaylen Brown too. Those dudes are athletic, man. They can finish. They're long.
Yeah.
Like go take it to the hole. But I feel like sometimes they want to match that Golden State energy.
Exactly, because like that's what we
Steph
bring.
doing it.
They see Steph doing it. They're like, man, how is he doing it? You know, and like they want to do it, and then they can catch fire like that.
Yeah,
and then Horford.
And we're not the only ones seeing these numbers of how they're like actually shooting just about the same from 3 as Golden State. You know what I mean? Like they're motivated by that too. They're like, yeah, we can shoot with these guys.
Yeah,
we can keep shooting these threes.
Game 5.
But it can bite you in the ass at the end.
What?
That's the thing. When you try to shoot with Golden State at the end of the game and you're bricking 3 and Steph just hit 2, dude, you got to start.
That's what I'm saying. Like
timeout, recollect, change it up. Yeah, because you're not like him.
That's what happened with the Houston series. Like they're trying to keep up with us. They're like, live by the 3, die by the 3.
Sometimes you got to just say change it up and try to get the easy ones to match this guy because this guy's gonna make whatever he wants. I feel like a whole storyline of like the NBA Finals is just Draymond just being goofy as hell. Like I feel like no one is fucking with Draymond.
Yeah, even his mom
like
was
his
tweeting
podcasts and all this, like how he's talking about he's distracted, doing his podcast. He's not really focused on winning.
Yeah,
all this, and like my thing with Draymond is like, I mean Draymond. I don't know why people are pointing out that Draymond is scoring 2 points or no points. He always scores like 2 or no points.
Yeah, that's how he's always been.
But and then he gets the 8 assists, the 11 rebounds, good defense, which is good. Like last game, if you look at game 4, Draymond, he had like 9 rebounds, 8 assists. Okay, he did his job, even though he only had 2 points. Yeah. But the problem I have with Draymond is why is he shooting so damn much?
He is shooting a lot.
He shot 1 for 7.
It's because he
shot one game like 2 for 12. Like Draymond, you can't. If you are breaking, you got to stop. You got to find the extra pass.
He's just because
they leave him open.
He's so wide open. That's what I'm saying. Like he's so wide open. So he's like one of these times he's gonna be like, all right, I gotta at least shoot it. Like they're disrespecting me too much in the 3-point line, which is makes sense.
But it's like, I mean, homie's 1 for 7.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's shooting so much. He's shooting himself in the foot by doing that.
He is. And then
honestly, just don't shoot it. Even if you're wide open, wait for like it to develop and hit Clay, Steph, anyone else, bro.
Yeah,
because it's just not there.
He hasn't even been making like even his layups. Like this past game, he was doing so shit. They had to put him like just leave him on the bench just for offensive reasons.
The only bucket he made was like a dunk, right? That was like wide open.
Yeah, like it was just like a handover. Yeah, like a handoff and a dunk.
There was a few times where, like, I was watching Jordan Poole look like he didn't know what the hell he was doing.
He was just nervous. I mean, imagine.
Because the NBA Finals is even different than the playoffs.
100%.
How they call the game, how the atmosphere is.
100%.
Like, in the playoffs, like in that first round series, he's just putting up 30, 31, like having a good-ass
That's what I was like. I was like, okay, like, maybe we got that second top, you know what I mean? We don't need Steph, like, to always be going off. Yeah. But we do need Steph to always be going off right now.
And don't get me wrong, like, since his, like, because he had, like, a terrible game 1, Jordan Poole did, like, scoring-wise.
Yeah.
But in the last few games, he scored pretty good off the bench, like 14. I think the last game he had 14 points on like 6 of 13 shooting.
Yeah.
And then the game before that, even though they lost, I'm pretty sure he had 17 off the bench. So he's playing well.
Yeah, he's playing pretty good.
He's playing pretty good. But the thing is he's like, he's not adjusting to how the game is changing because it's the finals.
Yeah.
He's expecting the knick-knack calls to be called. You see how he's always looking when Marcus Smart picks his pocket, takes the ball, he's looking at the ref all the time. He's always looking at the ref. Yeah. You won 12 to get here.
Exactly.
And now you have the opportunity to win 4 and get the trophy.
You get the big trophy. Get that ring.
I think almost more or just as much. I mean, every sport has its own, flair to winning a title. But I feel like there's, like, the NBA Finals. When you come up and you're, like, holding that trophy, it's midsummer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's, like, a different flair to the NBA Finals. It seems like a really big deal when you win a Finals. It's like you're immortalized. It's like, I mean, obviously winning a Super Bowl, World Series, whatever is important, sure.
World Series
but at the end of the day, like in the NBA, I feel like winning the NBA Finals, it just seems like a glamorous thing. You 100%. Know what I mean? Like you win the NBA Finals, you're like a rock star.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, I got a ring, It's like...
Because that trophy is slick.
It is slick.
You see they redesigned it?
Yeah, I like it better. Well, no, I
accented the lines more.
Yeah, I like the Western Conference Finals. I was talking... Mateo was saying that he was hating it, and like...
Oh, you didn't like the new ones, Matt?
The Western Conference Finals. Bro, that shit was so clean, like... Mateo...
I don't like the new award ones. There's a little ball. Like, if you win MVP, you just get a little glass ball.
Yeah, I hate that too.
That's what I don't like.
I think that's trash, because it's all the same shape. Rookie of the Year, MVP, it's all the same shape. It just says it different.
Finals, like, it's a must, but adding the MVP.
But, and Steve Kerr...
That's wild.
Under Steve Kerr, we haven't lost a series 2-2.
Really?
Yeah, 4-0.
That's crazy.
I saw that they had like the graphic under after we won.
And everyone's talking about Steph's legacy. Like Game 5 obviously is big. If Steph comes out and he puts up another 30 plus and they win the game, like he's one win away from being a top 10 player.
And if Clay just finishes them off,
if
Clay finishes them off, I think that just solidifies like both of them.
But
like, not just Steph. I think Clay also gets that respect.
For sure. And because then he'll have his fourth too.
He'll have his fourth, yeah.
And also, not only that, though, like Steve Kerr will have another one. And that adds
out of how much? Like, he's got what?
He had 5 as a player. 4 as a coach. I give him 9 total.
That's insane. That's crazy. He's been a winner.
Game 5 of the NBA Finals is really where the Warriors took the series, I think.
Yeah, we did.
I think Game 5 of the NBA Finals 2022 was the decisive factor. I really felt whoever won Game 5 to take the 3-2 series lead in this particular series, regardless if it went 6 or 7, which we know it ended up going 6.
It did.
I think at the end of the day, whoever won Game 5 was going to win the series.
I think so too.
When Game 5 started, it felt like kind of stagnant.
Yeah.
In a way.
Mm-hmm.
It felt like the Celtics weren't there for the moment, and it felt like the Warriors were. It felt like that championship experience really showed through in Game 5.
I agree as well. Yeah.
It was like Steph didn't play for shit. Yeah. Steph 0-9 from 3, 16 points, all of that.
Yeah, Andrew Wiggins was
Andrew Wiggins was there, 26 points, 13 rebounds, and even though the Celtics went crazy in the third quarter, scoring, what was it, like 8 straight threes they hit? Like, they were going crazy in the third.
Yeah, he was.
No matter what, in the fourth quarter, Andrew Wiggins closed out Boston almost by himself. Yeah, Steph hit a couple shots, don't get me wrong, but Steph 0-9 from 3, first time in like 230 games in his career, like 233 games, he hadn't hit a 3-point shot. First time ever in a playoff game he hadn't hit a 3-point shot.
That is crazy, 0 from 9.
Wild,
Yeah, that is wild.
But nonetheless, the Warriors win because the team that Curry was carrying the first 4 games stepped up and carried Curry in Game 5.
Yeah.
Mainly led by Andrew Wiggins.
Maybe that'll be something that people talk about in the future.
Yeah.
Talking about how, maybe he got carried by Andrew Wiggins, or he never really did it by himself. Like, they would compare him to LeBron.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How LeBron just took everybody, just took them all to the finals and stuff like
that.
Oh,
for sure, yeah.
The ships and
it was only
like
LeBron when he was doing triple-doubles and all that. When he had the Cavs with Berejao or with Ilgauskas or whoever. It was only him.
Random ass.
Yeah. It was only him.
Yeah.
But Steph Curry had guys that backed him up in Game 5 because without the Warriors supporting cast, Game 5 would have gone Boston's way.
Yeah.
But Jayson Tatum, just like every other fourth quarter in the 2022 NBA Finals, he came up short.
He did.
He had the worst fourth quarter performance for a final series ever by a star player.
But it's not disrespect to Jayson Tatum. I think Jayson Tatum still is an elite athlete.
He is.
A good,
very respectable guy, but he's not a superstar.
Not yet.
He didn't submit. He had a chance. He had a chance to make it his.
Game 5, Game 6 showed him that, it's not going to be easy. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be something that you would think about and then would be able to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, I just feel like Jayson Tatum is getting a lot of shit talked on him.
For sure.
But I respect Jayson Tatum just because, I respect everybody.
He's quiet. He's a quiet guy.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't sit here. He's not braggadocious.
He's inspired by Kobe, period.
Yeah.
But this series, he didn't show it.
He didn't show up?
He didn't show up like Kobe would.
Game 6, he had 13 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Big flop.
Game 6, yeah.
That's a big flop.
Game 6 was very surprising to me, but
could you imagine if LeBron put up 13 points in this type of situation?
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
It's kind of like 2011 for
insane,
LeBron. It's just, you fell short, Jason.
I just think in game as a Warriors fan, I think in Game 5 and 6 we figured them out. I think in Game 6, like as a Warriors fan, we figured them out. You know what I mean? And after that, it was just over. I think we just didn't miss. We knew how to play in hostile territory.
And no matter the numbers, I feel like in Game 5 and Game 6, Marcus Smart was just like erased.
Yeah.
It was like, where's Marcus Smart?
He was still there.
Where is he at? Al Horford did his thing in the third quarter. He did his thing. The supporting cast tried. But at the end of the day, Derek White, Marcus Smart, those two guards, they showed up short. And Boston's inability to set up an offense and like actually play correct fundamental basketball really showed through. And then in Game 6, 22 turnovers. It killed them. They killed themselves. They didn't even have a chance to beat Golden State because they beat themselves first.
Yeah, they did.
And it really didn't matter how close it got or whatever. You just kind of felt like it was Golden State's series. Like they were here to finish off the dynasty, win 4 out of 8, right? 4 championships, 8 seasons. The dynasty set in place.
100%.
They now have the 7th NBA title in team history, which now is 3rd all time.
Yeah, 3rd all time.
Steph has his first Finals MVP, and how deserving is he of that? I mean, wow.
100%.
31 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. He played like he wanted it.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
for the first time, really, you could ever see is like Steph is the catalyst for why the Warriors are NBA champions.
I think what the case is, before all the series, he still showed up, but there's certain series that sort of overshadowed. Like when KD showed up at the very end on a lot of series, I think that's what basically overshadowed Steph's greatness.
Yeah.
The same years that he got, like unanimous MVP and things like that.
Yeah.
He just wasn't really just showing up and doing things like that in the playoffs.
Not in the playoffs.
Yeah, in the playoffs. But that's what I'm saying. You have to respect him for getting them there, period. And
the turning point was there. In Game 5, this like massive turning point you could feel of like Golden State, the dynasty, the 4 out of 8. It's here to happen. Like it's not a joke. They're the first team since the 1990s Bulls, since Michael Jordan, to win that amount of championships in that amount of time. And they just showed it. They just showed it. It was really almost just as plain and simple. There was almost nothing intellectual about it. It was like as simple as the Golden State Warriors are champions and the Boston Celtics aren't. Right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean...
Because where was Marcus Smart? Where were these guys at? Derek White? Where were these heroes at for Boston that was there through the first 3 games?
Game 1. I mean, Game 1 was really the main game that really showed them.
Yeah.
I was so nervous because, like, I think in the last show or last episode, we were really, like... I was really nervous because I was like, oh, my God, like...
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about before Game 4.
Yeah.
So I was like, in my head, I was nervous because I was like, oh, my God, like, maybe they're just going to just show up and do... Or Game 5, I mean... They're just going to show up, and then that's it for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Curry's going to be some nobody that no one's going to remember and things like that. But, it just turned for the opposite, I think.
It did. I mean, in Game 5, the defense for the Warriors, the intensity increased. You could tell. I mean, the Celtics had a massive third quarter, and it just... It didn't seem to matter. I feel like the biggest shot of the entire NBA Finals in 2022 was Jordan Poole, third quarter buzzer beater, Game 5.
Yeah.
You're talking about you're down 74-72. The Celtics had hit 8 straight threes in the third quarter. Tatum was getting it going. Brown was getting it going. Horford especially was getting it going. It just seemed like the Celtics were here to take Game 5.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, 74-72, you let Jordan Poole get a 33-footer, and he banks it in at the buzzer at the end of the third. In the crowd, just the overwhelming environment of like, that shot made a difference.
Yeah.
That shot sent them into the fourth quarter with a confidence that I didn't see erased until Game 6. And in Game 6, the Celtics came out blazing. They were up like 12-2 or 14-2.
Yeah, that's right.
They were like, okay, we're going to... Jayson Tatum was holding the follow-through and all that on the 3 when they went up 12-2, and it was this big deal. It just didn't matter because the Warriors' championship pedigree shined through.
I think that's how it is.
Shined through. They went on a 21-0 run, and they never gave up the lead after in Game 6. And they just almost coasted to the finish line to get that dynasty.
100%. And, I mean, I noticed that even in the MJ documentary, The Last Dance, I noticed that, what's his name? Reggie
Who, Miller? Yeah, Reggie Miller.
Yeah, Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Reggie Miller was talking about how he even admitted himself. He said, it was championship against, it was championship experience over very hungry, players trying to get the championship and things like that.
Exactly, and it makes a difference.
That makes 100% because you've been there, done that. Yeah. It's not like you haven't been there. Jayson Tatum, he hasn't been there, done that.
He hasn't.
He hasn't won a ship
now
yet.
He has, but he hasn't before.
But he hasn't finished.
He hasn't finished it.
And exactly.
You have to. There's this level of NBA Finals perseverance and resistance that you have to show to everyone that I'm here to close it out.
Yep.
I'm here to win the NBA Finals. Steph Curry finally finished it by himself. No Kevin Durant, no bullshit. Finally finished it in Game 6
and
of
you can't deny him. You can't deny him now. I think it's so disrespectful.
Top 10.
It's so disrespectful how people didn't believe it until he had to do this finals. You know what I mean? Before they were always talking about Kevin Love injury, and all this stuff in the first 2015 finals. And then obviously KD in the two finals after that.
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, oh my God, no one respects this guy, but he got us here in the first place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the reason why I became a Warriors fan is because of Steph Curry. In 2013, 2012, I knew that something was going to happen with this team. And I consider you a GOAT if you're able to change the game in any type of way.
For sure.
Kobe, he changed the game. Jordan, he changed the game. LeBron changed the game. And I think Steph changed the game. And I also think Shaq changed the game before LeBron. Because I think their dominant spirit changed the game, period. And I think Steph by himself changed the game. Just by, you can go to any rec game, any local game and things like that. And people are going to start shooting threes from far.
Yeah.
Because of Steph.
And
that's why I put him on my Mount Rushmore, period.
Steph Curry's a great.
Yeah.
He's an all-time great.
I consider him a great.
It's point blank. Great NBA season next year.
I believe so too.
Because the NBA is at a good space.
It is a good space. Before, I think when KD joined the Warriors, I think it was at the worst space ever because you knew they were gonna win.
That was it. Yeah.
You knew that it was why even root for my team because it's not even gonna matter.
Yeah.
The Warriors are gonna win it.
At the end of the day, yeah.
And which is why I didn't like KD because I was like, let me have fun with it also. You know what I mean? As a Warriors fan, I was like, let me just at least go through that roller coaster and things like that.
Yeah. No, there's no point.
Yeah.
But we appreciate everyone that takes a look at this video.
Yes.
We really care about the sports world and everything that goes on in it. The NBA Finals was great this year. We always love the NBA Finals. We love any championship series. And we will be here to review and talk about any championship series, whether it's baseball, hockey, NBA,
football,
NFL, college football. It doesn't matter. Just come hit us up at Sports Outpost. We love it. We love sports. We love talking about it. And we'll be with you guys soon. Thank you very much.
You dig?